Hello, I am Orange Cat, and this is my review for Bigmouth Season 2, Episode 2. Let me start with some of the stuff I really liked about this episode. Much like the first episode, the comedy was brilliant, especially in the first half of the episode. Like, for example, I really liked, I believe Lola, the yellow-haired girl that's voiced by Nick Kroll. Some of the jokes she made towards Jesse, I thought was really funny and really well done. And also just the fact that Missy, especially the mirror version of Missy, not Misty, Missy was really just getting at her rant against Nathan Fillion. I just thought how that was done was just top notch and brilliant. And really, I just really like how Jenny Slate really got into that role as Missy for that episode. Just something really well done. Also, I also like as dirty as it is, I really like the gag with the Jay masturbating with his penis between his legs and how he overdoes it. Just how it was done. I don't know. It's just how he treated it was just hysterical enough for me. Another thing I kind of like was some of the gags with the gym coach, like how he never had sex and how that was treated, especially when he was talking to the other teacher about it, and the joke that he's a sex ed teacher but he's never had sex. I really liked how that was done. But let me go into a couple things I didn't necessarily love about this episode. For example, I think it really got bogged down in the Jesse and Missy plot a bit. Like, it was just them kind of ranting about like how society views women's bodies for a bit, and it really went nowhere until Missy's mom decided to take it to the Korean spa. And then he had a very, very unnecessary 4 or so minute long music number about, oh, well, women's bodies look different. And although the show has been done very good job of doing that gross out body humor, I think this was just too much in the scene. How they paid too much attention to how gross these women's bodies were, and if it would have worked if it was just like, oh, a nice 30-second sight gag, but it was a 4 minute long disco song, and I thought that just carried on too much. I didn't necessarily like it. And Jessie was a very uneven character in this episode. Like, you have some moments, like towards the very beginning and towards especially the very end, where she's just top notch and brilliant. I think, especially since she's been kind of made out to be the preachy character in the show, it's just very hard to get into this as like someone to really feel for, because she spent half the episode ranting about how men view women's bodies, and that's just not going to make you a likable character, just in general. Especially when it's just you kind of ranting, and really it was secretly, and they revealed this episode because she feels bad about her own body. So it's really her own personal fear into that role. But again, I loved the fucking takedown she put on her mom at the end of this episode. It was one of those moments that just show how she can go from being the worst character in the show to being debatably the best character. Especially how she just took down her mom, like, you're ruining my life, you fucked up my dad, and fuck you because, you're changing my life. I just want this nice, stable life. All my friends have the stable life. They have two parents that love each other, or at least willing to pay up each other. And you're just a bitch that went out, left my dad at the first instance because of your own hoity-toity personality, and decided to have sex with the freaking rabbi. And I just love how she did it. I love the takedown. I love how Maya Rudolph, the hormone monstress, really played into the takedown as well. It was just a brilliant way to end the episode. Oh, another thing I liked was the use for the two male hormone monsters, the Maury, the main one, how he was like unfamiliar with women to the point where he thought that when Nick's mom and sister were like agreeing on something, he thought, oh, they're gonna have sex with each other. Or just how the gag with, oh, he brought Starbucks, cup is from home, and it's really filled with vodka the whole time. I love that joke too. I also love the joke at the beginning where he's on the flying fan, and with the sign that said Andrew has a boner, just how over the top that was. It just really fit his character perfectly. And also the other hormone monster who's completely ineffective at his job. Just like how he was basically just a dog to Nick. How Nick is like, at this point, cognizant, yet this guy does not know what he's talking about. I'm just going to try to get him away when he's trying to tell me something. And how he was able to, basically, by his own volition and listening to Duke Ellington, kind of pick himself up very well, be very presentable, and really put on a good face for Gina, who debatably, because of her breasts, he was really starting to fall for in a way. I show set up a really good plot with him and Gina in the future, which will probably be the main plot for this season. And this episode did a great job of setting that up. And yeah, that's basically my view of this episode. If I had to compare it to the first episode, I'll debate it's actually a little step better in the first episode, an episode which I put a pretty good view, had a pretty good view of, and I really liked too. I think Big Mouth has started out very well in the second season, and I will give this episode an 8 out of 10. I am Orange Cat, and that is all.